Hello everyone, this is Overseas Filipino Teacher Channel, my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my channel and watch this video. You can share it also to your friends if you want to know what are the process and what are the requirements of teaching in China. So from this video, I will discuss or I will give all the requirements for teaching in China. This is according to my experience, and this is what are the requirements that I have during my application. Okay, so now guys, let us proceed to the requirements of applying for a teaching position in China. Okay, so I will show you all the documents needed and how is the process and what is the process of those documents. Okay guys, so first requirement for the Chinese application for a teaching position in China, NBI clearance. So you have to have your NBI clearance. Okay, so I have here my sample. Okay, then you had to go to the DFA for the apostille of your NBI clearance. And then after that, you have to go to the embassy or the Chinese embassy for the authentication. So aside from the NBI clearance, you have also to prepare your certificate of employment. So all your COE or the certificate of employment should be, first, it should be notarized. Okay, so since I have my certificate of employment in my DepEd department, then I have my private, and then I notarize it. Then you have to proceed to the CANA, your regional trial court for the CANA, and then after that you have to proceed to the DFA for the apostille. And then after that, you have to go to the Chinese embassy for the authentication. So this is a proof of the authenticated result of my documents in Chinese embassy. So this is very important. Okay. So for the certificate of employment, you have to notarize it. Then proceed for CANA in the regional trial court of your province, and then proceed to the DFA for your apostille, and then last is for the authentication in the Chinese embassy. Okay, so this is the second requirement. Okay, so next is the PRC. So you have to get your PRC license. Okay, so I have here my PRC license. Then you have to notarize it in the public attorney or in the attorney that you have in your place for notarize. Then proceed to the CANA in the regional trial court for the CANA authentication. Then as usual to the DFA for the apostille, and lastly in the Chinese embassy for authentication. So this is for the PRC or the teaching license. Okay, so next guys, next requirement are your diploma or the transcript of record. So for your diploma or transcript of record, it should be in a CAV or certified verification from the CHED, okay, so you have to CAV it for the CHED. So I have here my transcript of record, then my diploma for CHED CAV. Then after that, this is the CAV, certification, authentication, and verification of my documents. It is with my doctoral degree. Okay, since it is my higher degree, so this is what I did is to certified it for the CAV in the CHED. And then for the apostille in the DFA, then after that for Chinese embassy for authentication. So you can have it in all your transcript of records or diploma. Okay, so you can have the CAB also for your bachelor's degree or your master's degree and doctoral degree. So in my case, I have my doctoral degree, CAB, and also my bachelor's degree. So here, so as usual, the same process again. So you have to have your transcript of record with your diploma for CAB verification. Okay, actually it is for the CHED, Commission on Higher Education. You can have the certification, authentication, and verification of your bachelor's degree in the CHED. So after that, you have to proceed to the DFA for the apostille and also in the Chinese embassy for authentication. Okay. So next requirement is the TEFL. Okay. So for the TFL, you have to have your TFL certificate. You can avail it in any TFL agency or any place that offering the legitimate TFL certificate. So here is my TFL. Okay, so your TFL should have 160-hour teaching English as a foreign language training course. That is actually a certificate course. Okay, so you can avail it in any TFL. Then as usual, you have to notarize it. Then proceed to the regional trial court for the CANA. Okay, and then so this is the certificate of authentication in the regional trial court for the CANA authentication. Then proceed to the DFA for the apostille of the document for the TFL. Then after DFA, proceed to the Chinese embassy for the authentication. Okay, so this is my TFL. Okay. I have also my TEYL or the teaching, so advanced certificate in teaching English to young learners. So I have my TEYL also, notarized, then CANA in the regional trial court, okay, and then apostille in the DFA, and for the Chinese embassy for authentication. So next requirement is your medical certificate, but actually you can have it later if you are already hired with your employer. So for the meantime, all you have to do is to comply all the requirements like the NBI clearance, certificate of employment, PRC, TOR, and the TEFL. So those are the important documents needed in order for you to teach in China. Okay, so I repeat, those documents that needs to apostille are the NBI, then NBI, certificate of employment, PRC, diploma or TOR, TEFL. So those are the documents needed for apostille in the DFA. And the documents needed for the notarized and CANA are the certificate of employment, PRC license, and the TEFL certificate. And those documents needed for the embassy for authentication, NBI, certificate of employment, PRC, diploma on TOR, TFL. So those are the documents needed for the embassy or authentication. So those are the requirements needed in teaching in the China. So you have to prepare all those documents needed, and then you have to proceed for the application for your employer. Okay, so in my next blog I will give the price or the cost, how much is the cost of those documents for the preparation of teaching in China. So till my next blog, please subscribe to my channel and share and like this video. Thank you.